Okay, welcome back. So, in the previous video, we saw how to make use of the printf, right? We saw how to format the output we want on the screen using the new line character, the tab character, and just the slash, right, to add double quotes to our output or to our distinct character and to the printf, right? So those special characters. Now, in this video, we're going to be looking at how to work with format specifiers in the printf. So format specifiers in C are like special codes here that tells a function, right, such as printf, how to show or format different kind of information. Hmm? They are like placeholders that indicate what type of data we want to work with, such as numbers and text, right? Definitely in our program, we are going to be working with datas, right? So we want to display an output using those datas to the screen in a specific format, in a specific desirable format, right? The way we want it to be displayed. Now, we can use these specifiers to tweak the printf, right? To work the way we want it to work. Now, this format specifier starts with the percent symbol and they are followed by character indicating the data type. We're working with different kind of data, so you need to specify with the percent and we'll get to see that, and followed by a character to indicate the data type is numbers or text. Now let's take a look at the commonly used format specifiers in C. We have the %d. Yeah, like I made mention, we're working with different datas, right? So the %d is used to display integers. If you want to display numbers to the console, numbers positive or negative, 12, for example, the 12 I have here is 0 or -3, right? Now the %f is used to display floating point numbers. That's numbers with fractions, decimal numbers, 12.5 like I have here, 1.2, like that, you get the gist. Now the %c is used to display characters, single character. Sorry, this should be is used to display character. Yeah, just one character at a time, a single character at a time. So I'm talking about characters like the alphabets A to Z, for example, right? Now the %s is used to display strings like my name here. Yeah, these are series of characters. They are not just one single character. Now they're series of characters. So we identify the string using the double quotes and a character using the single quotes in C. So let's take a practical look example of what we are trying to what we are saying here, right? So I have my a file here, printf.c, a C file. So if I go into the file, I have my boilerplate here. Like I said earlier, if you find it strange, go just pause the video and go take a look at the video on boilerplate. Then you come back to this. Now I said we're working with different kind of data, right? So let's assume we want to take data for an hospital, right? For a patient in an hospital, right? So we'll need the patient name. If you find anything strange in the video, don't panic, don't bother. We'll get to see all those things break down in details in subsequent videos. For now, we are focusing on the printf, right? So I'm going to be taking the patient name, and I have a variable here called name that will hold it. Let me give it John, right? Now I'm going to need the patient age. Let me assume John is 17, right? Now I'm going to need sorry, the name, the data type is char, right? So it needs to be char. So the age is going to be the integer data type. We'll get to see that, right? Like I said, don't even be scared. Yeah, these are things that we'll get to understand, right? So for the I'm going to take, let me say I'm going to take the height too, right? So that will be a float because it's a number with a decimal. So I'll name the variable height. So I'll give this, let me assume John is 4.5 feet. Right, I'm just assuming, remember. So here comes the almighty printf. How do we print this how do we display this data to the screen using the printf in a formatted way, right? So I call my printf function here. Then inside, remember I should take a format, um, a formatted string, right? Remember I printed Naima below the other time and it printed, right? So I'm going to say patient's name is %s, right? For string series of characters. This is the placeholder for the name. E is %d, placeholder for the age, years old, right? Is height is what? %f for the floating number, right? Then definitely I don't want the output to be together with my prompt, so I'm giving a new line. His height is this, right? So I have my printf. Do we think it's ready? Okay, let me save and quit this file, then compile it, right? Just say printf. I want to change it from human readable to machine readable, right? So here, can we see what is happening? It's giving me a warning here. It's saying, it's pointing to the specifiers, right? And it's telling me this, the message can be confusing. Yeah, so basically what's happening is I'm giving it the placeholder, but I'm not supplying um should I say I'm not giving it information to work with. Yeah, so it has a placeholder for integer and for a string first. So I need to supply the variable that the specifier, the placeholder is representing, basically. So the %s here, his name is, is a placeholder for the name, right? And the name is stored where? Inside this name variable. So I pass in the name here, right? The %d is the placeholder for the age, and the age is stored in this variable age. So I pass in the age, right? Now the %f is the placeholder for the float, and the float is stored in where? Height, right? So I pass in height, right? So this %s for the name, this one for the age, and this one for the height. So let me save and quit, clear my screen, recompile for the changes to take effect, right? Then run it, run my program, /exec, run it. So wow, can we see the patient name is John, is 17 years old, his height is this. Now look at this. There's still an issue here. If we don't want the floating number to be in how many decimal places? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's coming 6 in 6 decimal places. So we can still track this. We can still format this to satisfaction. So we'll come to the placeholder for the forward specifier f, and if I want it in 2 decimal places, I'll just do 0.2 in between the % and the f. Now if I recompile for the changes to take effect and I run this, so can we see it's giving me 2.0, 2 decimal places now. So you can just take a minute to try to print out the height in just 1 decimal places and let me know how that goes in the comment section. So is it not wonderful? It's wonderful. We have the ability to tell the machine that, okay, do this for me. We give it instruction and it carries it out. It carries it out, which we can see practically. Yeah, so stay with me. I hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see us in the next one, yeah.